Hi, my name is Colleen Lewis. I'm faculty at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I'm really excited about this NSF initiative for broadening participation in computing. And here I want to tell you about some of the resources that are available at bpcnet.org. This is a great place to find tons of resources related to broadening participation in computing. Okay, here at bpcnet.org, you'll see a few links at the top: project plan, department plan. Before we dive into the other resources on the site, I want to explain that a little bit. Okay, there are actually 3 BPC documents that someone in higher education might be working on. The first is a project BPC plan. That's going to be something that's submitted to the NSF. The NSF requires that those are 1 to 3 pages, and they describe the role of each PI. And the goal of these BPC plans for the project are to help the PIs do impactful BPC activities. These department plans, these are not submitted to the NSF. They're actually submitted to bpcnet.org and can get verified and posted there. Those are at most 2 pages, and they're going to describe the BPC activities that are happening within the department. And these are a really helpful document to be able to get your whole department organized around what activities are happening. Additionally, when a PI is writing a project BPC plan to submit to the NSF, they're going to be able to refer to that 2-page document to get some of the relevant departmental data and be able to explain how their project and their activities are contributing to those department goals. And in those project BPC plans, PIs are allowed to link to a verified plan on bpcnet.org. We've also found that a lot of departments find it helpful actually to have a third document, and these are an internal document that aren't submitted. They're any number of pages, and they're going to help faculty know how they can get involved in activities that are already happening in the department. So really the goal is to make it easier for faculty to get involved and write BPC plans for their NSF proposal. Okay, now that you have the context of these different BPC documents that people want to write, we'll bounce back to BPCnet. People might want to do things other than a plan, and I'll talk to you about that in just a second, but you can see there are resources for project plans or department plans, or if I scroll down here, I can see that I can click here for resources for writing a project plan or a department plan. When I click on the project plan resources, you can see here that I have some templates. I have a copy of the NSF solicitation language, and then a team of experts has written this checklist for your project BPC plan. There are 13 things you need to make sure that you do in your project BPC plan. And if a project has 2 PIs that are each doing different things, for each of those activities, they need to make sure that they're each doing those 13 things. For example, that first item is at least one specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound or SMART goal is provided in the plan. And if those 13 things seem a little bit overwhelming, don't worry, because we've got the templates up top that are going to coach you through how to work with those. All right, let's switch over to the department plans. Our whole department coming together to figure out what our plans and goals are for BPC. Similarly, we've got a bunch of templates for you. These templates also include specific tips for departments who are just getting started. And then we've also got a checklist for departments. And here we have a checklist of just 11 items that department plans need to have. And you can see for each one of them, if you're working on your context section, we've got resources available for data and evaluation, or for writing BPC goals, or down here for selecting BPC activities or data and evaluation. You can click on any of those. We also have some example plans that are available. And here you can see both a 2-page department plan and one of those internal documents that I mentioned. Departments are able to submit their department plan, and anyone can go to go.oncehub.com/BPC Plan Consulting to sign up for a meeting with a BPC expert. And they're available to help you make the most of your limited time and resources to contribute to BPC. Okay, bouncing back to BPCnet on the resources tab, we've got a ton of resources pulled together for you. For example, imagine I wanted resources for curriculum and pedagogy. So curriculum is what we teach, pedagogy is how we teach. I want information about that related to BPC. I can click here, and then what we've got an explanation for why pedagogy can contribute to BPC and some specific resources to recommend. And similarly for curriculum, we've got an explanation of that and some specific resources. And popping out here are the categories of BPC activities that we have on bpcnet.org. There's really a lot there. Okay, my favorite part of BPCnet is the statistics page. Here we've got the Statistics and Data Hub, and what they've got is they're pulling, this is a national data set called iPads, and so you can select your state, your institution, and whether you're interested in bachelor's, master's degree, or as applicable, PhD, and this is going to tell you the race and gender of all the graduates from that institution. And then it also provides the demographics of computing graduates in your state and at the national level, so that you can use that for comparison. So this is for the computing degrees awarded, but if you want information about the students in neighboring high schools, they also have this data here. If I click on K-12 enrollment, I get a similar set of data, again from the national government. And here I can click on my state and then select what grade bands I'm interested in. And again, it's disaggregated by both gender and race and ethnicity. The best BPC activities are driven by data, and this is a really helpful place to start. Again, I'd encourage you to check out all these resources on bpcnet.org. There's been a ton of amazing work broadening participation in computing, and using resources from BPCnet, we can make sure that people don't have to start from scratch. You can pick up some of these best practices, tons of existing resources. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. And we're always looking to improve bpcnet.org, so if you have any resources that you think we should be adding, please let us know, and you can click on that Contact Us.